Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I can't quite believe it, but we have made it to 2019 and it is going to take me a while, I think, to get used to that. I think I've only just got used to 2018 and I've now got to change again. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat you to another look at the Revolution primers that are launching tomorrow. There's 4 of them. They are £6 each and they'll be available at revolutionbeauty.com as well as superdrug.com as well. Okay, so do check those websites out tomorrow. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just show you around the product. I've already tried these on and that video will be linked down below for you. Okay, so I try them all on, all 4, and I also give you a little bit of information, but I'm going to repeat that today just because obviously they're launching tomorrow, and then you'll be all primed and ready to go for when they do launch. Okay, so the first one is the Pore Blur Primer. And what I really like about these is that the colour on the outside, apart from one, is reflected on the product inside that you get. Now Revolution are calling these your New Year Skin Saviours, and I must agree with them. When I tried them, they really do work. Okay, I really recommend each and every one of them, and obviously I'm going to go through now why. So this one is a Pore Blur Primer. I really like the squeezy tube. They are cruelty free and vegan. You can see that on the back, and then of course the ingredients are there. You unscrew the lid like that, and I'll just squeeze a little bit of product out so you can see it. Now this isn't very liquidy. I don't like liquid primers. Sometimes you can put them on the back of your hand, especially those silicone based primers. They're so liquidy, they're all over your hand and they look very shiny on your skin. This one is not like that at all. It looks very professional. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to run everywhere. So, you know, it's a product that you can work with basically. It's also not thick, so you can work with it. So it's not so, you know, liquidy that it's going to run everywhere, but also it's not so thick that you're going to get those balls of product, which I've also experienced with primers as well, where you get little bits of, you know, primer all over your face. That is not the case with this at all. And as I mentioned at the beginning of talking about this, that outer packaging is reflected onto the product itself in the fact that it's peach. I really like that because you know, it just works. It's beautiful, and when I rub it in, so I'm just going to go over that, you know, you basically can't see it anymore. It's going to work with every single skin tone, because although yes it is peach and it works perfectly with my skin tone, if you've got a lighter skin tone than me or a deeper skin tone, once you've rubbed that in a little bit, you can't see it. You can't see it at all. It also feels like a cream. It's very smooth. It feels absolutely beautiful, like velvet, very luxurious, and yeah, I really like it. Now, where did I apply it? I applied it here and I applied it on my chin. I have a little bit of texture on my chin, pores here, like I think we all do, but I've also got pores here as well. It worked beautifully on my chin to really blur out everything that I wanted blurred out, and gave me a very smooth foundation application. So yeah, I would really recommend this if you have larger pores, or perhaps you've got a little bit of texture that you want to blur away. So yeah, certainly recommend that one. It worked like a dream on my skin. The next one that I'm going to share with you is this one, and it's called the Hydrate Primer. Again, you've got the gold banding there with Revolution, gold logo or wording there in, you know, Hydrate. Black writing there, and on the back it's black as well. Again, it's cruelty free and vegan. And again, exactly the same as the first one. You've got a squeezy tube and you've got also a screw top lid. And also, it's like that, so it does reflect the colour of the packaging as well. I really like that because if you're like me and you know you've got everything in a drawer and you're grabbing for products, you know, when you're trying to get ready, you are definitely going to get the right product, because, you know, you can see that by the colour of it. This one is a little bit more liquidy because obviously it's for hydration, so you want it to sink into the skin. So what I'm going to do, I'll rub it onto my skin here. Of course, my hands could always do with a little bit of hydration. And once I've rubbed it in, you will be able to see how hydrated my skin looks on my hand. It soaks right into the skin. It's like a moisturiser. Obviously, you'll still need to put your skincare on, and then you'll need to put this over the top, but it's now sunk directly into my skin. Doesn't feel sticky, doesn't feel gloopy. You know, it really does feel like a beautifully primed skin ready for that foundation. Or perhaps if you didn't want to wear foundation, you've still got beautifully moisturized skin, very, very hydrated, and it feels so silky now. Absolutely beautiful. Love that. Where did I put this? Because my skin is oily and I wanted to obviously test out all 4 of these. What I did was I put it here. Now I do find this little area here gets a little bit dry. You know, it's an area where I think a lot of us find that our foundation application is perhaps not as smooth as everywhere else, because of course you've got fine hairs there, like a little bit of down. So yeah, I popped it on there and it worked like a dream. I think sometimes, you know, you can get those little bits of where your foundation balls up onto dry areas, and this is what happens to me there. Not when I applied this. It was smooth, it was a flawless application, and I would certainly recommend that if you have drier skin, and it would really, really hydrate your skin. I mean, my skin on my hands, it feels velvety, but it also feels hydrated. So smooth, absolutely beautiful. The next one is the Mattify Primer. Now this is the one where the packaging is different to the inside product. So the packaging is black. You've still got the gold banding there, and the lettering is gold as well. The lettering giving you the information is white this time, obviously, because if it was black we wouldn't be able to see it. And again, white on the back, and then you've got cruelty free and vegan there as well. Again, you've got a squeezy tube and a screw top lid. And I'm just going to show you this one. So this one is clear. So like I say, this one is the only one that is different. And I actually popped this one. In fact, I'll show you the product. So you've got a clear product there. I'm just going to work that in. Again, it feels very smooth. Now, although this is going to mattify your skin, it doesn't go on and really dry your skin out, because of course you don't want that. But I can feel that it's more matte. You know, when we applied, or I applied that one there, I could feel that it added more moisture. It's still very, very smooth on my skin. So yeah, they all 3 that I've tested so far all feel the same, in that they give you a smooth application, but I know, because I've tested these, what these can do. Now what I did with these, or that one, I applied it here. You can see this is the area that gives me a little bit of a glow, and this worked. There was a little bit, now I know that I had highlight on that day, and I think I either put it higher or I put it lower, but it really did work. It mattified my skin. Obviously I don't want my skin to be dried out, you know, to dry out. I don't want it to feel dry, but I also don't want it to show the oil, and this worked beautifully to give me that combination. Didn't dry my skin out, but it also didn't show oil. So that's what you want from a product, and this worked perfectly for that. So far they all worked beautifully, loved them. Okay, this is the last one, and this is the Colour Correct Primer. So this one is green. I've never tried a green primer before. This was brand new to me. I've tried all 3 of the first primers that I've shared with you, but I've never tried one of these. I do have, and if you are a regular viewer, you will know I have redness around here. I also have some veins you know, that show on my skin, and I've got an issue here that is a little bit red. Also, when I tested this out, I had a few spots on my neck because my skin was getting used to the oil, the CBD Revolution oil, which have now gone. They've totally cleared up, which is always what happens with my skin. So I could test this out knowing that I had some redness, so I could really see that, you know, was this going to work for me? So you've got the green there, of course. Like I say, you've got the gold, the same as the others, and then you've got the black writing again on this one rather than the white, and then all the same information excuse me, so ingredients there, and the fact that it's cruelty free and vegan, so exactly the same. Squeezy tube, screw top. So let's just screw that off, and again we revert back to the fact that the packaging is now the same colour as the inner product. Okay, so I'm going to pop it here and just show you that. Okay, so it comes out green, as you'd expect, because, you know, it's green on the outside, and the product is the same. So let's just rub this a little bit so you can see it. Okay, now I've put a little bit too much of that on, but I really wanted you to see the texture of this. And what I will say is that out of the three, this is the one that I have been using the most. Obviously, we've all got different issues that we need, you know, for different products. And so if you've got pores or texture, this one will be the one. Or perhaps you want to purchase all four. I would certainly recommend each and every one of these. So you've got the Hydrate if you have a little bit more of a drier skin, or you want, you know, perhaps your foundation or your skin to look a little bit more glowy and dewy, and then Mattify if you want it to be a little bit more matte, which is probably what I would, you know, go for. That would be the one that I chose over the Hydrate, just because I've got a little bit more of a dewy complexion. This one though, I have used constantly. I absolutely love it. Like I say, I've never used one of these green colour correctors. I've used the orange, I believe, from Obsession. And I was really, really, well, intrigued. Would it work? So I applied it on my neck where I had the issues, the pimples, the spots, the blemishes, whatever you would like to call them. And I popped this product over the top. It's a nice creamy formula. So again, you're not going to have any, you know, your skin is not going to be dry. It's a nice creamy formula, because obviously none of us want really dry skin, even if we have got oily skin like me. Okay, what I will say is that then I put the foundation over the top and I could not see the spots. I was so impressed, very, very impressed. Now, of course, you may not have been able to see the spots. They were quite minimal, but for me, I always feel quite conscious about pimples, and it made me confident about the spots, the pimples, the blemishes that I had. I actually tried it, I think, the next day with just foundation, and you could actually see the redness poking through the foundation. And I don't like to put too much foundation on one area, because I think it just also makes you directly look at that area. You know, you're focused on it, aren't you? When you can see someone's put a lot of foundation on, you're thinking, what are they covering up? But this, you only need to put a little bit over the top. Obviously, just, you know, stamp it on, put your foundation over the top, and it just works. This is an amazing product. I really do think Revolution are getting better and better with their products. They started off good and now they're getting better. So yeah, I would recommend every single one of these products. There's nothing negative that I could say about it. They all worked for me. They worked beautifully. And even, you know, the ones that I wouldn't necessarily use myself, the Mattify perhaps, no, not that one. I would use that one. The this one, the Hydrate, I would still recommend it because it still did the job. It, you know, it still hydrated my skin, and I would certainly recommend it if you have dry skin. So that's a little bit of a refresher that I wanted to treat you to today. Like I said, these are launching tomorrow, the 2nd of January. They're £6 each. I would love to hear your thoughts I know that when I initially filmed the try on of all 4 of these products, a few of you were saying, yeah, you know, I'm going to have to pick up this one and that one. They really do work. So of course, I would love to hear your thoughts about these today. Are you going to be picking any of these up? I can't wait to hear that. And of course, if you have just stumbled across my channel, I would absolutely love it if you subscribed to watch further videos, because if you are a Revolution fan like I am, you want to subscribe, because I try and bring you all of Revolution's new launches as soon as I possibly can. Of course, I am so grateful, and I've got low power, sorry. I am so grateful to Revolution for sending me these primers to trial and test before they launch, and obviously to share with you, because I know most of my viewers are also Revolution fans. So I was so excited when these came to me in the post. Very unexpected, but also very excited once I opened up my parcel. So of course I want to hear all about these from you. Are you going to pick them up? And which one will you be picking up? And like I say, do subscribe to watch further videos. Most of them are Revolution, and like I say, I do try and get the Revolution products to you as soon as I can, because I know that you want to see them before you purchase, a lot of you. And of course, another thing that I would like to just say before I finish the video is that I actually visited Cambridge today. My husband and I were in deep thought, because I was trying to find a Superdrug and I'd never been to the Superdrug in Cambridge before, and one of you came up to me and recognised me from my videos. I didn't take your name, but I would love it if you watched this, or if you're watching this, to let me know down below who you are, and I will give you a shout out next Thank You Thursday. So please do let me know who it was that came up to me. You were a beautiful, friendly, well, you're all friendly on my channel, and I really loved the fact that you came up to me. So you were so beautiful, so friendly, and I really loved it. So thank you so much. It made my day. But of course, until next time, which hopefully will be tomorrow, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.